Hello, and welcome back to another daily dose of EOS. You might have realized I am going back to the old format just because it is a little bit more relaxing, less stressful, and less editing for me. So, yeah, just kind of go over what happened in the last week or so, covering some EOS stories that we have gathered on the website. So as soon as the web page loads, okay, there we go. So, okay, new article by Portugal Coin. So this is not exactly EOS news, but how to mine Electron with your smartphone. Electronium. Okay. That sounds interesting. Okay. What is that exactly? Let's take a quick look. It doesn't really tell me what it is, but I'm guessing it's another cryptocurrency type deal. Oh, so Murmur, one of the more popular micro blogging platforms on EOS, is coming out with a web app. So that's gonna be interesting. I have used Murmur before. The mobile application experience is it's a bit tricky. I'm using an iPhone. Sometimes it's hard to reach the menu button, but it does allow you to upload images, which is something that we are working on. They do have IPFS integration, which is fantastic. Maybe we ask them how they're doing it and learn a few things from them. Another thing from Unlimited Tower. Unlimited Tower is one of those games that I've been keeping a very close eye on, just because I think it looks very interesting. I know right now the biggest game on EOS is EOS Knights. However, I'm not a huge fan of EOS Knights with that kind of idle playstyle. One of my friends, Castle, he is very interested in the game and he thinks they have a great business model. However, I do think the gameplay is a little lackluster. The character selection and the artwork is also a little bit not great, to say the least. But Unlimited Tower looks like it has pretty decent graphics. It looks like a game I would actually spend some time playing, whereas EOS Knights was kind of, I didn't have a choice, so you know. And a random Louis Armstrong biography by someone. EOS swap, Atmos swap. So this is a question we've been getting a lot. If you visit our Twitter, you see that there is a pinned tweet saying that you have to swap out your Atmos tokens. That's only for Atmos holders who are on the old chain. Again, Atmos or Novosphere was a project that started on different blockchain. We have since migrated, and the swap process is ongoing because we want to make sure we could have as many token holders move over to EOS as possible. So, but if you have EOS Atmos tokens, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to swap anything. So, Sandra wrote another article on whale shares covering our little project, EOSdiscussions.app, which is great. Always happy to see people spreading the word about our project. And I really like this comment here by Smed SG account. I think EOS Discussion is a nice central depository for the latest happenings in EOS land. It has clued me in on some coins and air grabs / airdrops that I wasn't aware of. Nice work. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it. That's what we're trying to do. You know, when we first started the project, we saw a lot of different communication channels, from Reddit to Telegram to Twitter. You kind of have to be everywhere in order to get all your EOS news. So we thought that it would be a good idea to build a platform where we could integrate all this information. But now we're even expanding out to whale shares and Steemit. There's a huge community on those two platforms who are interested in EOS content and EOS material. So it's really nice to be able to support them to keep producing those contents on those platforms, because again, those platforms are, their focus is not EOS, so sometimes their post gets lost in the crowd, and it's great that we can support them on those, for those articles that are writing on those platforms. So we not only are we bringing content into our platform, we also help spreading awareness around EOS on those platforms, which I think is a win-win situation. Excuse me. So someone finally made a new post. This individual has been lurking around the forum for quite a while now, and also joined our Telegram. We have quite a big Indonesian community, which is great. I know Steam also has a big Indonesian community, as well as Murmur and Karma as well. So it's nice to see that they are exploring other options. We're not competitors, I don't think, at least, but it is nice to see them coming over to the platform and start using it. And yeah, so Dan is back on Telegram. This time I think they kind of have to like Elon Musk him, where they hire a marketing person to follow him around, and maybe even a legal person to follow him around, just to make sure he doesn't say anything funny. And I think he said that as well. Let me see if this yeah, marketing team in control. I already shared a bit too much. So yeah, Dan is back at it again. Seems like he's got a bit more free time now. So Ben Poloski, one of our community contributors, community managers as well, posted an article about a German security token offering. If you don't know, security token offerings, or they say it's the next ICO. What this basically means is that you have to register. You have to do your KYC. Is the whole ICO thing kind of left a lot of people sour because of all the scam that took place, because there wasn't any regulatory rules in place to make sure these companies are not just running away with the money. So people are looking at security token offerings as a halfway in between. I personally I am not so on the idea just yet, simply because I think, yes, there's a lot of risk in ICOs. However, having that extra layer of bureaucracy, I think stifles innovation. I think it would be good to do something like Scrunch is doing, which is they're trying to change the different model. Maybe I will just pop over there real quick. What they are trying to do is they are trying to change the ICO model in that they don't want to make it into a DAO, where when you contribute to ICO, you become a shareholder or token holder that votes on whether or not funds are released at certain intervals. So let's say you raise $100 million, right? Let's just imagine we're still in 2017. You raise $100 million. The people who funded you have the token, and with the tokens they vote, okay, for this first quarter we release $20 million to you, and then they see what you do with that $20 million before they release more funds in the future. Now, if your results are not satisfactory, they could decide not to release the next $20 million to your project, and then they get their money back. So I think that's a great way to handle it. It offers some controls to token holders, which I think is much needed, and it skips out on the regulations that it avoids the regulatory path, which is something we in the cryptocurrency space, I think reasonably want to avoid, because a lot of times it just makes things slower and it just becomes a huge bureaucracy you have to deal with, and it's not fun for anybody. So anyways, let's leave that tangent and go back to the main page. Should open a new tab. Let's take a coffee break. It's my second coffee of the day, by the way. It's a Monday, so yeah. Oh man, Mondays. Oh, Skip posted a very, very long and detailed article going over the referendum proposal put forth by EOS New York. Now, I don't think this is, if I'm correct, this is not just EOS New York that's putting up this, pushing for this referendum. I think, but as always, EOS New York is taking the lead, and he kind of breaks down one by one, literally one by one, from each single article. I skimmed through it. I have to say I haven't had the time to digest everything, but EOS New York has responded. This is a very long article. I actually had to do 2 posts because he went over our character limit, which is something we'll fix in the future. So don't worry if you are someone who is into writing very long articles. I know Ben Pelosi is as well. So again, you know, long article about the referendum system put forth by EOS New York, and you know, I always like to see these kind of discussions take place, so I tip him a little bit. Let's see what else we got here. EOS Chronicle. Don't know what that is. Just open a new tab so I don't lose where I am. Yeah, so again, this is a repost by me actually of the recent Dan Larimer announcement of they say they haven't released a public roadmap, but who knows? It's Dan. They say they were gonna announce some kind of product 2 weeks ago, but you know, nothing ever came of it. And Tuk, I think it's like a micro blogging messaging platform, almost like Sense. It's giving away a free account, so if you join their Telegram, you can find all the details here. Yeah, so you have to join the Telegram channel, and you gotta fill out a Google form, and then you get a free account. So if you don't have an EOS account, so you could go there and check it out. High Gold Miner, I don't know what that is. Very little detail as far as I could tell. Again, these links being on the form doesn't mean that it is an endorsement. It just means someone posted. So make sure you do your own research. I am not gonna click on that for now. Just gonna safely ignore that. So more articles from Titanium, from Whale Shares this time, listing all the free cryptos you could get. They're not EOS cryptos, by the way. They're not EOS tokens. I'll just click and take a look real quick. So referendum, I think that's ERC20. I'm not sure. Epiphany is on the Neo blockchain. Oh, right. So Effect.ai recently migrated from Neo to EOS. If you haven't heard the news, I know this might be old news for some of you. But fun fact, I actually met the founder Chris, and he mentored me in the London hackathon, and it was in huge part thanks to him that me and my team were able to make it to the top 10 of the London hackathon. So Chris, if you by chance you're listening, thank you again, and welcome to EOS. What else we got here? Workchain. Workchain is kind of like high vibes, I think. Pre-search. No, this is pre-search, or they're both kind of similar. Byteball was a huge thing happening on. They were doing airdrop on Steam. Apparently something happened that might have went bad. I don't know exactly what. I asked in the comments, I think. But yeah. So Dap.com is doing airdrop. They have a ERC20 token. You can fact check me. Please correct me if I'm wrong. That they're dropping to readers, I guess. I'm not sure what they're gonna use it for. Maybe to sell ad space. That seems like the most logical thing to do, but who knows. So some more trading tips on Titanium. This guy went on a tear yesterday. Has trouble keeping up with him. I recently reached out to the Steam Portugal community because I am based in Lisbon, Portugal, and it's like, hey, you know, I'm doing this new website. You can repost your Steam post there and earn a little bit extra token. And Titanium got really excited, and didn't realize it was kind of We don't have a profile section yet, so all the posts he makes are just kind of all at once in the front page. So great stuff, but you know, maybe take it easy, space it out. It's taking a while to lower. Well, there we go. Also, very interesting article coming out from a Tribe contributor, Rajal. I'm gonna butcher these names, so just forgive me. About Holochain. Holochain was something my friend Sergey was talking a lot about. Sergey, if you don't know, was the founder. He was very involved with how was the site? It was like a Russian Steam. Yeah, but for those of you who know who I'm talking about, he was talking a lot about Holochain. It's not a blockchain. It's some kind of decentralized ledger technology with encryption capabilities and also storage. So it's basically trying to do everything that we are trying to make blockchain do, but better. That's my understanding of it. Haven't read into technology, haven't read into what's exactly going on, but there seems to be a lot of hype surrounding it. So if you want to check that out, you know where to find it. And let's see, so aircraft is still happening for me, .1, and again more Whale Shares articles about gaming. Yeah, this guy was posting like crazy yesterday. And I think that's it. That's pretty much the weekend, I think. Or there's more. Okay, just cut out a little bit there because I got inside because we were walking around acting a little strange, so decided to stay inside now for now. We are giving away more free EOS accounts for selected Steamians. So again, as you guys know, this is a EOS discussion site. You know, we talk a lot about EOS stuff. We aren't exactly looking for bloggers for now, just because we don't have that section built out yet. So we're looking for content creators who cover EOS projects, but also cryptocurrency projects in general, as you might have seen. That's the direction we are going for now. So if you are one of those Steamians that write a lot of cryptocurrency news, or even better, if you write a lot of EOS content, do reach out to us, or even for Whale Shares, we just said Steamian just because you know, that was the first thing that came to mind. But yeah, so if you write content on Steam or Whale Shares and you would like to repost your content on our platform and get a little bit of EOS tokens for it, feel free to reach out to me either on Telegram or in the YouTube comment section or wherever you can find me. Just drop me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So this is just my example. I posted someone. Again, community contributor Ben Peloskisa. Great 3-part article about all the EOS sidechains out there. This was posted quite a while ago, but I highly recommend you taking a look at it because it is some fantastic writing. It is, you know, don't get me wrong, it is long, but it is very readable. It gives you the rundown of all the things you need to know about the sister chains and all the ones that exist out there. Well, maybe not all of them because there are quite a few and they're constantly growing more. So, but do give that go check that out. Great stuff. And Paulo Freitas did some great artwork for us. You know, helping us make our poster, where this Steam logo with the EOS logo in the middle, and then discussions, our logo. And we're trying to build a bridge between these two communities. I think EOS has a lot of great technical talent, and Steam has a lot of great artists and musicians and in general content creators. And if we could kind of bridge the gap between those two communities, I think something beautiful could happen. So he made some great posters for us, and I just love it, especially this last one. Just kind of half on the Steam side, half on the EOS side, and the logo is kind of split in two as well. Fantastic work. Yeah, I think that's it. That's pretty much about the weekend. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little random, but I'm just getting back into my video making schedule, if you will. I wasn't even gonna plan to make this video, but once upon the music and start talking, kind of got into it, and it feels good. So anyways, I'll catch you sometime soon. See you later.